I recently had the opportunity to share my healing journey and also what's next for my business through the journey on the Healing Collective podcast with Miss Tony. I was excited when Miss Tony asked me to be on her podcast, and it was such an incredible opportunity for me to just open up about my journey, my struggles, and how I've been navigating the path of healing and self discovery. If you hadn't had a chance to listen yet, the link is in my description. Go ahead and listen. Let me know what you think. Um, but during the podcast, we, really talk, like I said, about my healing journey, the highs and lows, the moments of transformation. I am so excited about this season. And we talked a little bit about that, about this season of my life right now. I feel like within the past year, I've been through a transformation. Um, and I've grown into this new version of myself where I have strong boundaries. I have clear vision of where I want to go and the things that I want to do. And a lot of times I used to walk with fear, but I don't have that fear anymore. And a lot of that is due to the time that I took. I had taken medical leave for my mental health. That really helped. And then, like I spoke about on the podcast, last year was pretty much a year of rest for me. Like I said, my children are older. They don't need me as much, which is different, for me, but it's also an opportunity for me to do more and do a lot of the things that I couldn't do when they were younger. And it's funny because I was having a conversation with one of my girlfriends, and I was just saying how I want to be outside now. Like for years, it was always working, going to school, taking care of the kids, taking care of home. And I really didn't have time and even money to be going on trips or, going to shows, going to concerts. And, things have changed over the past couple of years where I had the opportunity to do those things. And it's time for me to put those in action and start doing it, start planning. And I'm excited about that. I do want to share a few clips from the podcast just so you know what it's about and what to look forward to so you can go and listen to the full podcast.
Right. Or some people even say, I want to heal. Healing is hard because you have to look yourself in the mirror at all the things you've been through and all the experiences, and you got to sit with that, and you have to understand that some of them things you played a part in that, but if you don't feel it, you're not going to heal from it.
Got to feel it to heal it. You
You
got
got
to
to
feel
feel it.
it to heal it.
Like I remember, like I said, I started therapy and I'm still in therapy. I really believe, like my shirt says, mental health matters. Like I really believe that a therapist can help pull those things out of you, and at first with therapy, I was hesitant. Like I was like, I don't want to talk about these things really, but then it was like, okay, Jennifer, if you really want to get down to it, if you really want to heal, if you want to be a better version of yourself, you have to let it out. You have to talk about it and figure out how to move on from it, how to heal from it, how to forgive, And I remember one time I was in a therapy session and I said, I'm not okay. And I just started crying. And she was like, it's okay, it's okay. And I was like, no, this is the first time I've ever said I'm not okay. So feeling that and hearing myself like really say it out loud. Cause when people say, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm not really good. I'm not okay, So that like feeling that, being honest, you have to. So I had my first child when I was 15. So there was a lot I missed out on. I had goals of, going away to college, going to law school, just living life as a single person, not with the responsibility of a child. So once my kids started to get older, it's like, okay, well, who am I? I'm not just a wife. I'm not just a mom. I am somebody. So I had to really figure out who I was and what I wanted. So that's what that self-discovery is about. Who is Jennifer? What does she want? Where does she want to go? What's the next step in life? Figuring all those things out, because I think as wives and moms, we lose ourselves trying to take care of others. And then even like in my career, just trying to advance and climb the ladder. But it's not all about that. We need to do things that make us happy, that brings us joy and peace. I'm really excited about where Through the Journey is going. I've really stepped out of my comfort zone to talk about my journey, to want to be able to help other people on their journey. I'm what you would consider a private person. Um, but I was like,
Real?
you wouldn't think it, but I am. But I was like, my situation or the things that I'm going through or feel, it's bigger than me, I really feel like all the experiences that I've had were for a reason, and God wants me to be out there to help other people. So that's my mission. That's what I'm looking forward to. And that's what I'm going to keep pushing to continue to do, whether it's with my YouTube page, social media, books, journals, being on podcasts. That is my goal. That is my mission. And I'm going to be true to that, hands down.
One thing I learned on my healing journey is that it's not easy. It's definitely not linear, but I believe the power of sharing our stories and what an impact it can do for not us, but other people to feel seen, heard, and understood. And that's exactly why I started Through the Journey. My mission has always been to inspire, to motivate, and to build a non-judgmental, supportive community where we can grow together. Whether you're just starting or you've been in this path of healing and growth for years, I want you to know that you're not alone. And if you're curious and want to learn more about Through the Journey, the link is in the description. Check me out. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any updates or information. I am excited for anybody who is on a healing journey because you're going to be called to explore yourself and learn more about yourself. Healing is about embracing the process step by step, moment for moment. It's not something that you rush into and think that it's just going to be a quick thing. I encourage you to listen to yourself, to journal your thoughts, and reach out to someone who understands. Like in my situation, I did start therapy, and that was very helpful for me. I know some people may not like the thought of therapy, but in my case, it was a huge, I don't know, it was a huge help. And it was difficult, at first to open up and express myself. But once we broke that, it was like I was able to pour out. And I feel like that's when things started to change for me. But I love to hear from you. Drop me a comment below. Let's start a conversation. Maybe even share what healing looks like for you. I do post every week, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And thank you for being here. I am sending you all love and light.